Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Laris, and for today's video, we'll be talking about virtual assistant. Ano mga ba yung mga skills na kailangan ng virtual assistant and how can you start without an experience or a degree? And if bago ka pa lang sa channel ko, don't forget to click like, subscribe, and i-comment mo sa baba kung aspiring VA ka. So first, what is virtual assistant? So VA is basically a remote freelancer who helps business owner, entrepreneurs, and professionals para mapagaan yung day-to-day task nila or work nila. So, think about admin stuff, social media, customer service, all done online from home or anywhere basta may internet ka. And today, since most of the business are AI assisted na, we're not just virtual assistant anymore. We are digital operation partners already. Minsan pa, VAs handle client comms, automations, and full system. So, hindi yung VA is hindi taga-schedule lang. The next question is, bakit nga ba nag-hire ng mga VAs? First is flexible and cost-effective. Kasi they do not need to pay a full-time employee just to have certain things done. So, for example, marketing, kukuha ka lang ng marketer niyan or social media marketing lang. So, kukuha ka lang ng VA for social media and then kung accounting naman yan, accounting lang. So, hindi mo sila kailangan bayaran ng full-time. Flexible yan with your schedule and their schedule as well. So, mas easier. And then, the second one is they can scale without, yun nga, hindi nila kailangang magbayad ng full-time. But they can scale their businesses because nagde-delegate na sila ng mga tasks na time-consuming talaga for them. And then, business owners need to do what they do best. Yung third is specialized na yung mga VAs with skills na hinahanap nila. So, for example, I'm a skincare brand owner. So, ayoko ng sakit sa ulo sa logistics, sa email, sa customer service, sa website, sa mga ganong bagay. So, I will hire a VA so that I can focus on scaling my business. So, hindi ko na, kayo na bahala dyan. Ang goal ko is palaguin yung business ko. So, ano ba yung difference ng freelancer VA, home-based VA, at agency VA? So, first is, freelancer is you own your own business, you offer your services, ikaw ang bahala sa rates mo, ikaw ang bahala sa schedule mo, and ikaw din yung bahala mag-prepare ng mga contracts, ganyan. So, ikaw lahat kasi business mo yan. So, you, like business owners, you wear all hats. So, the next thing is work from home VAs. So, yung work from home VAs is parang employee type virtual assistant sila. So, under sila ng isang malaking company. And usually may mga SOP sila, may fixed schedules, parang sa call center. Ang difference lang is sa bahay ka nagwo-work. So work from home VA, pero yung mga ginagawa mo is delegated sa'yo ng big company. Usually mga big company yung ganyan. Kasi pag mga small companies, ang inahire talaga nila is freelancers. So if naman agency VA ka, so you're hired under an agency. So technically, parang freelancer ka, but since under ka ng agency, sila yung maghahanap ng clients na ibibigay sa'yo. And, yun nga lang, ang kaibahan is, syempre, you get their services. So, hahanapan ka nila ng clients. So, may cut sila. Doon sa rates, sila usually yung nagsiset ng rates sa clients, and sila yung nagbibigay ng mga contracts and stuff. And then, minsan may mga training na included and also, may VA community kayong kasama. So, hindi ka nag-iisa kasi marami kayong VAs dun. Okay, so pag-usapan naman natin yung mga essential skills that you need to have to become a VA or kung VA ka na. So, first is communication skills. So, napakahalaga nito kasi nga, nag-work tayo remotely. So, hindi natin physically nakikita or nakakausap yung ating mga clients. So, it means or we need to have a clear communication and open communication with them. Kasi nga, kung nag-work ka sa bahay, hindi ka nag-update sa kanila, or kung saan ka man nag-work, hindi ka nag-update sa kanila, manghuhula sila kung ano yung ginagawa mo dun sa hours mo. So, merong mga tools na pwede mong gamitin for communications. So, all media, social media platforms can be used. But mostly kapag mga businesses, meron Slack, merong WhatsApp, Facebook Messenger, merong yung mga task management, minsan pwede dong mag-usap. Meron ding mga video recording tools like Loom, and you can also do Skype or Zoom pag mga calls na. So, number 2 is tech savviness. So, since most businesses are online, kailangan marunong ka mag-adapt sa mga softwares na ginagamit ng clients mo. And also, yung mga project management tools na pwede nyong gamitin to have seamless yung work or mga paggawa nyo ng work is meron dyang mga Asana, ClickUp, Notion, ang dami niyan. So, kailangan marunong ka talaga sa tech. Hindi naman super expert, basta magaling ka mag-adapt and you do your research kung paano gamitin yung mga tools. Number 3 is time management and sync communication. So, yun nga, time management is paano mo i-handle yung mga clients mo with specific time. So, kapag freelancer ka, sa'yo kasi yung schedule. But, sometimes you also need to be flexible with the client. So, for example, meron akong AU client, meron akong New Zealand client. So, yung AU is 2 hours ahead lang sa atin, 2 or 3 hours ahead. And then yung New Zealand is 4 or 5 hours ahead, depende kung may DST, di ba? So, kailangan yung New Zealand client ko, pang umaga siya kasi masyado nang late kung hapon ako magsa-start sa kanya. So, ayun. And if you're doing or if your clients are based in the US, so gabi yun. So, hindi mo sila pwedeng i-adjust ng pang umaga ka. So, ayun. So, time management, kung paano mo i-handle yung multiple clients if you have multiple clients. And then, async communication. So, make sure na nakikipag-communicate ka sa client on their time. So, mag-block ka ng time para sa kanila. You tell them na, this is our windows for chatting, or if I have any questions, can I contact you within this time? Ayun. So, para mas madaling maging seamless lalo yung pagsagot ng questions. Kunyari, meron tayong kailangang approval or kailangan ipa-check kay client, makakapag-reply sila agad. Hindi yung hihintayin mo pa yung next day or next schedule. Okay, and then the next one is basic automation understanding. So, yung mga clients or mga businesses ngayon, need na nila ng automations para hindi na lahat manual. May AI na di ba? And we also need the automations na kapag may na-receive siyang ganito, mag-auto-populate or malalagay automatically sa calendar niya. So, mga ganong automations, even basic automations will do. Pero kung kailangan mo talagang mag-research about automation, you can do that. So, some tools for that is make.com or Zapier. And then the next one is adaptability. So, ayun nga, magaling ka mag-adapt sa tools, magaling ka mag-adapt sa schedule, magaling ka mag-adapt sa communication mo with clients. And also, you learn fast, you accept feedbacks sa clients mo. And if ever na bad feedback yan, you bounce back. So, hindi mo kailangan dibdibin yun. You make it as your stepping stone or para mag-improve lalo yung services mo. And then the last one would be the patience and curiosity. So, yun nga, if nag-aaral tayo ng new apps, minsan nakakatamad aralin kasi sobrang haba ng mga tutorials. Minsan hindi natin naiintindihan bakit ba kailangan itong mga tools na to. Pero you need to have patience and then yung curiosity din nandun. Also, you need to have patience if yung mga client is yung medyo tricky client. So, meron kasing gano'n na sasabihin okay lang yung ganyan, pero at the end of the day, hindi pala okay. So, yun, you need to have patience. And then curiosity is, ma-curious ka doon sa mga apps and tools na pwede mong gamitin para maging easier yung task mo and then mapaganda yung business. pro tip, hindi mo naman kailangan maging fluent sa English as long na meron kang conversational English at naiintindihan mo sila. So, hindi rin ako magaling mag-English, and mostly on my meetings, merong time na hindi ko rin masabi yung gusto kong sabihin kasi nakalimutan ko yung word or nagsastagger din ako kasi hindi ko ma masabi ng buo or dire-diretso yung sentence. Pero okay lang yon as long as naiintindihan nila, and yun nga, nililinaw mo after. So, the next big question is, do you need a degree to become a VA? So, hindi po kailangan ng degree to become a VA. As long as you are committed, you have skills, you have experience, and you have the initiative. And probably set your biggest why, bakit gusto mong mag-VA, and stick to it. So, usually hindi naman naghahanap ng diploma yung mga clients overseas. As long na yung skills na hinahanap nila is pasok dun sa mga experience mo and expertise mo, pwedeng-pwede ka nilang kunin. So, the next one is, ano nga ba yung mga types ng VAs? So, first is e-commerce VA. So, ito yung mga VAs na tumutulong sa mga e-commerce businesses or yung mga nagbebenta online. The next one is email marketing virtual assistant. So, ito naman yung mga virtual assistant na usually email marketing lang yung ginagawa or tumutulong to set up email automations, email marketing, anything about email marketing. So, sila yung mga VA na yun. Then, we also have social media VA. So, iba po ang social media manager sa social media VA. So, yung mga social media VA, sila yung mga nag-edit ng reels, nagsischedule ng post, minsan sila din yung nag-generate ng mga post, nag-engage sa social media, and then community management. We also have copywriting VA and content creation. So, usually yung mga ganyan is sila yung nag-create ng contents even sa website or sa social media kung saan platform man yan. So, usually contents lang yung ginagawa nila. And then we have the admin BA or general BA. Usually, yung mga admins and general BAs, sila yung malawak yung mga hawak. Meron silang calendar management, bookings, email management, customer service, file organization, at maraming iba pa. Kasi sila yung naatasan talagang to handle yung mga general stuff and then yung mga admin stuff. We also have real estate VAs. Ito naman yung mga property listing. And then, they also do lead generation for real estate. Ayan. Then, meron din tayong executive VAs which supports naman yung mga high level, yung mga CEO, mga coaches, ganyan yung mga executive VAs. So, parang admin VA sila pero for CEOs and coaches. So, we also have tech VA. So, sila yung mga automation setup, light troubleshooting, and then yung mga CRM cleanup, sila din yun. And then we also have podcast and YouTube VA. So, sila naman yung mga nag-edit ng videos, nag-repurpose ng contents, nag-upload ng videos doon sa platforms. And then, podcast, yun nga, nag-edit ng podcast. And then, the last one would be the course or Kajabi VA. So, sila naman yung mga nagagawa ng courses, automation within the specific app like Kajabi. So, ganyan. Marami pang ibang types ng VAs. Pero yun yung mga hot ngayon. So, if yung skills mo is swak doon sa mga nasabi ko, you can search for those types of virtual assistant and then you can try to learn and engage to those people na related doon sa mga yun. And then, the next one is, paano nga ba magsa-start na maging freelancer or VA? So, firstly is, know yourself. Ano nga ba yung mga skills mo? If you have previous experience, like me, I was a call center agent before, so meron akong customer service skills and technical support skills bago pa ako mag virtual assistant. So, na-integrate ko yon dun sa mga services and skills na nai-offer ko as a virtual assistant. So, alam mo yon, alamin mo yung mga skills mo na pwede mong i-service or ibenta as a service as a VA. So, the next one is do your research. So, research ka about the niches, research ka kung saan maglalagay yung mga clients na target clients mo, research mo yung mga rates, research mo yung mga Facebook groups na pwedeng makatulong sa'yo. And then, ayun na nga, the third one will be joining communities and engaging with your fellow VAs. So, meron mga free communities dyan. Minsan, maraming nagsashare ng free webinars, free resources, and then, yung ibang Facebook groups, merong nag-hire din doon sa mga Facebook groups na yun. So, be visible and engage doon sa mga target audience mo, ganyan. The next one is create your profile or portfolio. So, kung hindi naman, mostly kasi ang portfolio is for design-based na mga services. So, for example, website design, yung mga graphics design, di kailangan nila ng portfolio kasi paano nila ipapakita yung mga designs kung profile lang yung ipapakita nila. And then, if you are admin VA, you can just create your profile. Yung LinkedIn mo, optimize mo yan. Mag-create ka ng profile sa different freelancing platforms if you want. And then, optimize mo din. Show your skills, show your capabilities, and then you can service or you can market your services. So, paano nga ba kung wala ka pang experience? If you don't have experience yet, the next thing you will do is do mock-ups or samples. So, for example, website design yung i-offer mo. So, website design, usually kailangan ng portfolio, as I mentioned before. So, kung wala kang tunay na clients, you can create a mock-up or dream client mo. So, for example, ang dream client ko is mga businesses for pet supplies. So, I will create a website na for pet supplies. And then, I'll showcase that. Hindi naman kailangan na actual talaga yung clients mo. As long na ikaw talaga yung gumawa nung website na pinapakita mo or showcase mo. Hindi yung grinab mo lang yung template, pinalitan mo lang yung images and stuff, and then yun na yun. So, hindi. Kailangan ikaw mismo yung gumawa. And then, that's how you can create your profile or portfolio. And then, after that, you can try to service your market doing cold outreach. Pwede namang mag-apply ka dun sa mga freelancing platform. So, if you do cold outreach, huwag kayong panghinaan ng loob kasi yung iba talagang 10 to 20 emails a day yung sinesend nila for cold outreach. And then, ang magre-reply lang dyan, isa, dalawa. And then the last thing here is don't give up agad. If you don't get clients in the first few months, that's okay. Kasi medyo marami na nga yung gustong maging VA. So, train, invest in training, invest in your skills para mas marami pa yung mailagay mo sa portfolio mo or sa profile mo kung ano kaya mong gawin. And, ayun, don't give up agad and stick to your whys. And that's all for this video. Sana nakatulong to dun sa mga gusto maging virtual assistant or freelancer. If nakatulong to, don't forget to click the like button and subscribe. And if you have any question, just drop it down in the comment section. Thank you.